Location has a lot to do with what type of government job you're going to end up being able to get. But out of all the levels of government, which one pays the most? Today we're going to start at the bottom with the city or the town government, and then moving to county government, state, and then federal government. Let's start with city government jobs. Individuals who get these type of jobs, they'll usually be more involved with the community. So the city government does a lot of the processing of permits. Think about when someone wants to do a renovation with their home, they're bringing their permits up. They're paying their local city taxes, things like that. The salary will be based on that town's budget. So you have large cities like New York City, then you have smaller cities like Yazoo City, Mississippi. If we look on payscale.com, we can see that the average salary is about $62,000 a year for city government jobs. But some city government jobs can pay well over $100,000. If you look at Fairfax City, or if you look at Vienna, or if you look at Arlington, there are a lot of jobs that are being advertised at $100,000, $120,000, $130,000. So once again, it's going to depend on your city. Now, the benefits for this is there's less people usually competing for it, right? Depending on the size. So if you were to compete for a federal government job, everyone in the country can compete. But usually when you're talking about your city, it's just the people in that local area. Now, this is still a government job that comes with a lot of good benefits. Talking about work-life balance. A lot of city government jobs will make sure that you have all of those federal holidays off and that the weekends are yours. Next, we have the county government jobs. Now, when you take the county government jobs and you combine it with the city government jobs, because that's what the Bureau of Labor Statistics did. They combined those two government jobs together. They came up with the number 14 million. That's how many government jobs at the local level exist. Now compare that, right? 14 million for local. There's only 2.1 million for the federal government. And once again, this will be tied to your county's budget. We could take a look at this website and see that the average salary for county government jobs is $58,000 a year. Now, a lot of people ignore the city and county government jobs. When you're talking to somebody and they're interested in pursuing a government job, they are largely focused on state and federal, but they do not pay attention to the local government jobs. I think this is a mistake. This should be included in your job searching strategy. Now, maybe your county doesn't pay that much and that's why you're ignoring it. I can kind of understand that. But the highest counties when it comes to county government jobs are Massachusetts, California, and New York. Next, we have state government jobs. There are a total of 4.6 million state government jobs throughout the country, and the pay varies drastically. So, to my surprise, looking through the city, the county, and the state, most resources online are showing that the average for all the states in the country is at $46,000 a year. And the top 3 states that were paying the most to their state government workers was California, Illinois, and New Jersey. A lot of state government jobs can be found all over the state, even in rural areas, which provides a lot of opportunities to people that wouldn't be able to find a better, higher paying job. But a lot of them also tend to be congregated around the state capital. Whatever city is your capital for that state, you will find a lot of state government jobs there also. Next, we have the federal government jobs. And like I mentioned earlier, 2.1 million jobs exist in the federal government. And considering all the other levels of government, this is the smallest level of jobs. This is somewhat comparable to a large private company such as Walmart. Walmart right now has over 2.1 million employees. And when it comes to salary, this year is the first year that the average federal salary is over $100,000 a year. Now you might be surprised to hear that. The reason for that is your average GS grade in the federal government is GS12 or GS13. It fluctuates year to year, it fluctuates. So if you look at GS12, GS13, 14, and 15, their salaries are often 6 figures. Now for GS12, I think it takes step 5, step 6 in most locations. But GS13, step 3, step 4 in most locations, they will start hitting that $100,000 threshold. And GS15, I know at least in the DC area, you're looking at close to $180,000 a year. So if your main priority is to have a higher salary, then it's completely understandable why you'd be focused in competing for those federal government jobs. It is also easier to digest the benefits, the pay, the policies of the federal government. Because where in the city, county, and state, it's going to fluctuate, right? Every location is going to be different. The retirement in Ohio might be different than the retirement in Iowa. But with the federal government, you go onto the webpage, it shows you a calculation. It's clean, it's easy to digest, everyone can look at it. Also with the federal government jobs, you can transfer from city to city, to state, to even a different country, and your time in service, your benefits, they'll transfer with you. Where if you're working in Kansas and you want to go to Colorado, that state government job will probably not have any opportunities for you in Colorado. So same thing with the city jobs, right? You could be in the same state, but you transfer, go to a different city. Maybe you want to move for whatever reason. It's going to be harder to keep those same benefits and that job security once you're changing location. Also with government jobs, talking about all of them, when you're applying for them, I would not recommend going to Indeed or Monster.com or any other website. USAjobs.gov is your primary resource to look, search, and apply for government jobs. And if you are a veteran, that will help you not just with federal government jobs, because it definitely helps with federal, but it'll also help with a lot of state, city, and county government jobs. Most of these public sector type jobs, they give preference to veterans. Now, this was just a high-level approach on what each sector of the government pays on average, but if you want to dig a little deeper with the federal government salaries, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.